Hi, everybody. We're back. This is JP again.
And Liron?
So we wanted to come back with you guys because our first video had a lot of great responses, and you guys actually submitted some questions directly to us to answer. There were some fantastic questions. We boiled it down to the first 5 or 6 questions that we want to do right now. We'll go back and do more videos with more questions and answers. And we're going to start with the first one, which is from Poison. So Poison says, I have a sister who dreams of doing animation in 3D. She is great at 2D digital art, but has recently started learning to use Blender. Could you please share the story of your earliest days getting into the field? Maybe a few secrets you have for the best way to learn and improve. So we love this question because obviously Liron and I had 2 different paths and they kind of led us to the same place. So Liron, do you want to get started with this one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think first of all, you mentioned two things that I think are really important with your sister, that she's doing a lot of 2D stuff right now, that she uses a lot of drawings, but also that she's using Blender. And I think it's really important to mention, I think Blender is a fantastic software and it's open source and it has a huge community and I think it's fantastic. But I think it's really important to understand that the software is really not the main focal point of what you need to focus on. When you're really serious about animation, it doesn't matter if you use Maya or Blender or 3D Studio Max or whatever you want. The principles and understanding the craft itself of animation is what's really important. Because different studios works with different softwares, and it doesn't really matter for the skill set is what's really set you apart. And I think understanding strong 2D fundamentals is going to help her a ton in that.
Great. So let's go to the second question. This one comes from Bobby Brackets. So he says, hey guys, I see the vision and I love it. Thank you. I completely bought in. 2 questions for you. 1, why a cat? Great question. And 2, what do you think has caused the lack of innovation in the film space? So let's start with maybe the first one, why a cat? At the beginning, we kind of brainstormed through a lot of different creatures and animals that we wanted to try out. But for some reason, Leo and I kept levitating to this cat. We kept going back to it and it just kept evolving. Like when we write stories, sometimes we connect to something and it's easier to write things because it's, I don't know, inspiration. We get motivation for it. And we had a few ideas and we still do, but always we kept going back to that cat. There was something about it that for us, it was just an explosive imagination of writing for us. So I think that's why I was a cat. Liron, I don't know if you have anything else to add, but that's how I remember it.
Yeah, and we love there's so many cat lovers out there. We love the reaction that people have to that. Like people really connect to them, to him or her because of that. And I think that's really fun for us to see. And I want to also add to the second part of the question regarding the innovation in film. It's not that there's no innovation at this point. There's a ton of innovation, actually. And now with the AI, there's a lot of really smart stuff that people are doing with shooting videos without green screens and removing in alpha. And there's a ton of amazing stuff that people are doing. It's just that the quality is already so high in visual effects right now. It's so hard to tell. Like the ultimate goal for so many years was to create visual effects that you couldn't tell apart from the live action. And I feel like they got there. I feel like it's already so good that it's kind of innovating within its own high quality. Like it's not groundbreaking as it used to be. And that doesn't take away from all the amazing stuff that visual effects are doing right now. But I feel with metaverse and with virtual reality and AR, augmented reality, all these things, it feels like it's so it's on steroids right now. Every month there's something new that comes out, and it just feels like it's so quick with the innovation. So it feels like a completely new frontier.
And that's what's exciting, right? What's exciting for all of us, even you guys, is that we don't know ultimately where it's going to go. I mean, right now it's limitless, and to me, and I know you guys because you've talked about it in Liron, it's super exciting to be part of this and just seeing where it goes. I mean, that's why we're here.
Yeah, the fact is that every time we're coming up with a solution to something that no one has solved yet, that's exciting. To come up with a solution that people are still trying to figure out, that's super exciting for us.
Fantastic. Okay, let's go to the third question, and this one comes from Anne. I'm blown away by the high quality you guys keep delivering. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Those cats, the website, I mean, it's all looking incredibly promising. I love to make fan art, play around with the graffiti creator on the site. Oh man, keep going with the fan art. We cannot get enough of it. Seeing you guys adapting to all the live feedback. I just know Katatonik will do great. Again, thank you so much. Here's a question. Do you plan to turn these cats into an actual short movie? Okay, great question. A lot of you actually have been asking this, and the answer is we would love to. I mean, at the beginning, we set out to create this character personality. We have bios. We wrote a lot of different things that we want to take it to. And reality is, again, like metaverse, everything's possible, and it's feels like it's limitless.
I think for us, we really want to make it at the highest quality. We don't want to sacrifice that. And this has been very important for us from the very beginning. So if we do a film, we want to make sure that it's up to the same standards that we have. And for that, we really need the project to succeed. Like if the success of the project will really determine how much we can do with this world. But we would absolutely love to.
All right, here comes our next question. This one comes from Kyle, Ninja Cats. When I first saw the project come up on Twitter feed, I was drawn in immediately. The art is in another level. You can see the passion that is put into this project from Liron and JP in the video. Looking forward to future videos with more details on Katatonik. Well, that's what we're doing, and we'll continue doing it. My question to you both is, what is your favorite movie you have worked on in the past and why? I'm going to have Liron answer this one first.
To me, but I mean, I've had a lot of projects that I really loved. I was very fortunate to work on a lot of the big franchises at DreamWorks, the How to Train Your Dragons, the Kung Fu Pandas, the Croods, and recently the Bad Guys, which was amazing. But for me, what was really the most special project was Bilby, mainly because I got to work with JP and Pierre, and we got to do our own thing, coming up with an idea that you later on see fulfilled, you later on see with thousands of people enjoying, is an experience that no other film came close to that. And I absolutely love the final product. It's very, very special to us and in our hearts. So
it's gonna feel like a cop out, but I think definitely Bad Guys. And I think it was because maybe my answer will change. It's obviously the latest one that I've worked on, but I think because it was a new style, it felt like the studio really trusted us to do what we wanted to do. But at the same time, COVID hit, and so many of us went through so many things through COVID, so many personal stuff. And, you know, it was definitely a challenge, like everybody in the world with COVID, and we had to do this film. But there was something about COVID that in a way it brought a little bit more intimacy between the people working on it, because, you know, you're working on someone and you see my kitchen in the back, and then we see somebody's kid running around spilling water everywhere or hitting somebody in the face. And there was something about that intimacy that just felt like it made it a little bit more personal. So, you know, COVID was very challenging and emotionally challenging for a lot of people, but it felt like a lot of us kind of held hands and really powered through and came to the other side together. And honestly, that's one of the main reasons why Bad Guys will have a special place in my heart because of that. All right, our last question comes from Jenny17. My question is what your emotional and professional inspiration to make this art. If they imagined the welcome so great that it could have had, a 3D collection to take you to the metaverse, which is what you are most excited about doing, because we're excited. You should be more. Okay, so I think, and let me know, Liron, what you think. I believe when you say, if they imagine the welcome so great, I think it's the reactions that we've been getting since we released Katatonik. And did we ever think that it was going to be so great? I can tell you my answer is I had no idea. You know, when we started this, for us, it was a brand new platform, right? Like that's what excited us. But at the same time, we didn't really know the platform. I didn't realize that we can communicate with you guys so intimately back and forth while we were working on the project. And we didn't know any of this. And then when we released that one image, the first original image, we were blown away with the reactions that we got from you guys. Mind blowing. It was amazing. I had no idea that we were going to get such a reaction. So
You know what, from the reaction that we got, you know, our favorite is to see the reactions for the legendaries. And this is why we decided, you know what, we're going to show you a special treat today. We're going to reveal legendary right now, showing all the layers and the process of making it. So let's take a look.
So here, as you can see in Maya, we are really posing the character to make sure that it best represents the persona and personality of the character. So we're looking at line of action, we're looking at the expression, we're looking at the body language. Everything should embody the persona to give you a feeling of and a memory of that character.
The next step, what we do is we model all the different accessories and the outfit. In this case, Ido did a fantastic job on modeling everything, really capturing who this person is. Here we can see on the next step, we have our surfacing pass, which is done by Alejandro. And we can see all the different details in the shirt and the leather.
So our next step would be lighting. And this is where we bring everything together. We believe in our hearts that this character has a lot of fun personality, color in himself. So we wanted to represent that with the lighting itself.
And I love what Honor did here with the green versus orange. Those two completely complementary colors really makes a great contrast. And the final touches for this was done by Sylvia. What I love with what she's doing is she's really helping pushing our eye and directing us where exactly we need to go. We love to look at these images as paintings as much as we can and not settle for what the 3D software gives us.